Okay. Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me back there okay, too, or no? Yep, good. So our objective tonight is to get to know one of our newest community leaders in Arlington and get her to know better so that you all can have tons of conversation and everything hereafter. But just for curiosity's sake, how many UT Arlington alums are in the crowd? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So we definitely have a really vested interest in you guys getting to know Dr. Cowley a whole lot more. So thank you for letting me have this chance, Michael, Dr. Cowley, and working with you. So why don't we get off just real easy? How's it feel to be home?
It's pretty.
No?
We can trade. It's pretty fantastic. So the community has been incredibly warm and engaging and welcoming. We literally moved 2 days ago, so it's a small miracle that I was able to find a wardrobe box with dresses in it so I could appear tonight. But we're having a great time getting settled in the Arlington community, getting to know all of our community members, and just seeing how much passion there is for the University of Texas at Arlington.
Okay, so for many of you who haven't already heard, Dr. Cowley is an Arlington girl. Grew up here attending Martin High School as well as some UT Arlington classes, right? Summertime type classes. So I'm just curious, when you were younger and kind of around town and around campus, did you ever imagine you would be in your hometown president at UT Arlington?
No way. My husband and I, we met, got married, and we lived our first year of marriage in Arlington. And we left to go to Ohio State University, where I joined the faculty there. And our hope was we'd be there 5 years and then get to come back to Texas. But never in a million years did I think I would be back here as the university president. And it was when I was a junior baby faculty member, this woman just stopped me walking across campus, and she said, "I just want you to know you are going to be our university president one day." And I thought she was nuts. I was like, whatever, like, I'm just trying to be an effective teacher and, like, take care of my little baby and all that kind of stuff. But Ohio State was very, very good at investing in leadership development. And so over the years, they kept reminding me, remember, you're going to be our university president, and kept cultivating leadership, and over time had extraordinary opportunities. And my husband and I were eager to come back to Texas, and when the opportunity arose and the timing was right, it was a perfect opportunity to come here to the University of Texas at Arlington.
Well, we're glad to have you back here for sure. And as you worked on your preparation to be an academic, some people might be surprised by your educational background. So a little different than what we've been used to from an engineering kind of background of recent years. But you have multiple degrees in urban planning and public administration, and you've even worked in city government for the cities of Amarillo and College Station. So was academia always in your plans, or no?
No, my plan was to have your job, Trey. So
I'm glad academia serves you well.
Yes. No, I literally interned in the city manager's office in Arlington when I was an undergraduate. So I had decided I really wanted a career focused on public service and really giving back to the community, and that the best way to do that was to impact the local communities where people live. So being able to impact where people live and play. And over time, I learned that I get to do the same thing in academia, just in a different way. And so it just worked out beautifully that training to be a city planner is also very effective training to be a university president. I run a little city right here in Arlington, and so it's just been a fantastic journey and great learning experiences along the way. We were sharing earlier, like, learning finance and learning how to plan a city are like two really critical things to be able to do to be effective.
And actually, UT Arlington really is its own little city, but to a degree, it's its own big city. It's a population of 50,000 people, right? So we're happy to be your neighbor in that way, or your host city for us. You probably know, too, that Arlington's kind of own kind of mantra, if you will, is becoming the American Dream City. That was a brand that we worked on a decade or so ago. It seems to have had really pretty good legs in the community. As people live out whatever their dream is, it's very personal and unique to everyone. That's a little different, whether it's educational or home ownership or entrepreneurialism, whatever that may be. What's your American dream?
Well, I think being a university president is one of the greatest jobs in the country because our job is every day to make our students' dreams come true. And whether that is dreaming to be a city manager like I did, but Trey, I don't think there are many people that have that dream, or becoming an astronaut like Chris, who's going to be speaking with us later today, we get the chance to take students and help them cultivate the skills needed to be able to pursue that dream and live here right in Arlington or in the surrounding communities or across the nation. And so I'm really proud when I get to see our students walk across the graduation stage and celebrate right alongside them as they've accomplished that dream.
That's great. And as a kid yourself, we're glad that our hometown kid has come back home as our 10th university president, as the first female president of UTA Arlington. That's worth it. Yep. After spending some time at some really prestigious places, the Ohio State University, our neighbors here in the region, UNT. But what about UT Arlington in the world of academia brought you back and interested you to come back to this campus?
Well, UTA is a national gem, and when we look at what the University of Texas at Arlington has accomplished over recent decades, the trajectory is just phenomenal, how far we've come as a university. And so as my husband knows, I'm super analytical. I have a whole spreadsheet of every university in the country and whether or not they might be a fit. And so UTA's upward trajectory, its excellence in a number of different areas, and the opportunities. We've got the fastest growing region in the country. New businesses are moving in every day. The opportunity to be able to shape and grow as the economy and our society and culture grows here is just an extraordinary opportunity.
That's great and awesome. And I want to make sure everybody here knows that as we grow this economy, the #1 generator of economic impact in this city is UT Arlington. #1, bar none. Almost $2 billion of economic impact, not over 5 years, not over 10 years, but every year, billions of dollars of impact here in our community. So we're glad you're willing to be our partner in growing our economy. You have some big ideas and a big agenda at UT Arlington as it relates to research and innovation, but yet some non-traditional kind of perspectives on things that focus on things like community engagement, community impact. Talk to us a little bit about what your insights or your hopes are in those areas and what you hope to achieve.
Well, you just talked about the economic impact that we have on this region. It is extraordinary just from the work we do every day. And we have some extraordinary faculty and staff who are out and engaged in our communities. But if we want to really increase our impact, then we really need to focus on the communities we serve. And that means how do we become a more effective partner, whether it's with the city of Arlington or nonprofit organizations or corporate partners? How can we make sure that we're maximizing our impact on the region and having more of a community focus in the work that we do? And so I'm really excited about the ideas that are springing up and the opportunities to be a stronger, better partner, and vice versa. If we're going to become an extraordinary university, then we're going to need those community partners to help us get even better.
So as you move forward in those challenges and looking for those impacts, there's 200 people in the room tonight. Many business leaders, community leaders, and a bunch of alums. What can the 200 people in this room tonight help you do to achieve success of your goals and missions and objectives for the university?
Well, one, I need 200 of you to be storytellers, because I have everyday people who live in Arlington and Fort Worth and surrounding communities that think of UTA from 30 years ago. They have no idea the extraordinary university that we have right here in our community. And so I need partners in telling the great stories about the amazing impact that we're having, and vice versa. If we want to go to the next level and really be the pinnacle of what we can achieve, we're going to need our community partners at the table helping us to invest in UTA's future and continuing to help us move forward in a positive direction.
Okay. What do y'all think? Can we do that a little bit, guys? Yeah? So let's talk to you about you a little more personally as it relates to your style and approach. So being a leader of a little city in Arlington, your big campus, leadership matters, style matters. What is it that's your leadership style, and maybe what would some of your colleagues or teammates say your style is?
Well, I've got a whole table of my teammates over there, so y'all can ask them afterwards if what I say even remotely resonates. But I'm a planner and a builder, so for me, it's all about where are we trying to be in 20 or 30 years. And so every action we're taking is that incremental step for how we're going to move forward. So being thoughtful and reflective. And I think our team members would say I'm very direct in my communication style, that open to candor. Let's really talk about what works, what's not working, and tell me when I messed something up. Man, I should have done that different. But very approachable and really willing to partner to help all of us be successful.
You're definitely very approachable. You're not the standard academic personality, right? I think we can all see that. So very proud of kind of that extroverted approach, very connections to folks here. Speaking of connections, if you'll indulge me a little bit, I got this idea from our communications manager, Jay Warren, who some of you guys know here. He's a professional at this. I'm not, so I asked him for some tips. And he said, hey, you should try this one-word association kind of thing with Dr. Cowley. Mention a word and get a one-word response. So I want to try some of this and see what it goes. And these will be conversation starters for you all in the future, right? Not so much here because we could kill the whole time on any one of these. But let's do a little word association, okay? Let's start with some easy ones. Arlington.
Home.
UTA Arlington.
Excellence.
Okay. Maverick.
Trailblazer. That's 2 words. I'm going to take a little liberty and give 2-word answers.
Texas.
Independent.
Okay. All right. Tricky one. Football.
SEC.
All right. We'll let you out on that one. Basketball.
Mavericks.
Okay. Favorite board game.
Scrabble.
Okay.
I got a Scrabble fan out there.
Mood.
Optimistic.
Yes, we see it for sure. Zodiac.
Libra. All about
Okay.
balance.
What day? I'm a Libra. 26 September?
October.
October. Okay. Here's a weird one. Eggs.
Sunny side up for sure.
Millennials.
Creative.
Okay. Yeah. Family.
Love. My husband gave me that one. We went through and guessed some words. So.
Okay. Leadership. We talked about it, but now just one word. Leadership.
Servant.
Servant. Okay. Cookie.
Oatmeal chocolate chip. That was 3 words.
All right. First job.
Six Flags.
All right. What did you do at Six Flags?
I was the guess your weight girl, and let me just say I have not retained that skill set, okay? But you do anything all summer long, you get really good at it, so.
Frustrating.
This heat.
Yeah, man, for sure, definitely. Underrated.
Clean bed sheets.
It's a little different. I wasn't expecting that one. Overrated.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah, okay, I would agree. I'd agree with that
I'm too old for that.
Okay, well, just a little fun stuff there that's a little different. But as we start to kind of come to the end of our session, I got a couple of other things I want to ask you about before we wrap up. You know, UT Arlington is a little different today than it was 30 years ago as you grew up in town. What has surprised you the most about the campus now that you've reintroduced yourself to it?
I would say the level of attention that has been given to developing the campus as a whole, that it is a warm, inviting place. There are so many amazing people dedicated to our mission of serving our students and just peeling back the layers, because it's one thing to perceive the university from the outside and another thing to be on the inside and to see the level of commitment that our team has to impacting our students every day.
Cool. One other UT Arlington related question, and then I've got another personal question for you. We're all, I think, really proud that UT Arlington in the last couple of years, on behalf of the faculty, staff, administrators, achieved that Tier 1 designation to go with their Carnegie R1 designation that they already had. That's a key distinction, not just R1, but R1 Tier 1, right? Two things that are going on there. Clearly a significant milestone of excellence for this community. How will we keep that going? How will we build on that momentum? What do you think?
Well, we've got all the seeds. I mean, I think what everybody should understand is we are a top 100 research university in this country. I mean, that is extraordinary when you think of the MITs and the UCLAs and every other great university you can imagine. We're part of that select group, and the kind of research and innovation that we're doing is just extraordinary. And so the investments that have come before me have planted the seeds, and now it's my job to help us take it to the next level and figure out where are those next spires of excellence that we want to invest in to really create the kind of impact we want to have for the state of Texas. And so it has been so fun to tour our labs and see the really extraordinary research that's happening to support our military, to think about the next generation of engineering and healthcare and every other discipline you can imagine. And so for me, it's attracting great talent, helping them develop and see the potential they can have here to really innovate and be extraordinary faculty members.
That's great. I think everyone in this room will be committed to helping you do that, and the campus in whatever ways that we can. One kind of last question. I don't know this point, so tell me a little bit about your pet, Chinchi.
So Chinchi is our chinchilla, and Google is an amazing thing. So we travel too much to have a dog. And so I just Googled, what's the closest thing to a dog that lives in a cage? And it turns out it's a chinchilla. So first of all, super cute and soft, like way softer than your dog, okay? Lives about 10 years, bonds with its owner. It does parkour, which is really cool to watch, like the pet jump all over the place. And so it's my son's pet. And, you know, he was 8 at the time. And so Chinchi, the chinchilla, was like the perfect name for an 8-year-old. So.
That's cool. Thank you for sharing that personal story. Everybody here, we're all just now getting to know Dr. Cowley a whole lot better through what we did last week in the downtown organization with Mayor Ross and Maggie, and then of course tonight getting a little more personal in some of those ways. But you know, you have a ton of fans here, a ton of people who care about you and your success and the university's success. And we want you to make sure you're confident and know each of us to ask for help on whatever it is that we can help you achieve, because you and UT Arlington are our bright stars. We will make sure you're successful. So thank you for letting me have this time to talk to you.
Appreciate
and you all,
support.
Dr. Jennifer Cowley.
Thank you.